Why does everybody love the taste of Taco Tico? Fresh ideas at Red Barn.
I'm having a fish fillet just for the hell of it.
Look what we got cooking for you.
The fast food scene in the 1970s was filled with chains that left customers yearning for something better. What drove diners away from these establishments, from Chicken Unlimited's greasy offerings to the Tasty Freeze's widely disliked burgers? Join us as we explore the 25 worst fast food restaurants of the 1970s everyone hated. Chicken Unlimited was a fried chicken chain known for its bad reputation. The restaurant became infamous for serving greasy and very salty chicken, which left customers unsatisfied and thirsty. Many diners were looking for a meal that tasted better and was more balanced. The side dishes were also disappointing, lacking the quality customers expect from a fast food place. The menu included common fried chicken sides like mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and biscuits, but these could have been more impressive. Customers found the mashed potatoes bland, the coleslaw too wet, and the biscuits dry and unappetizing. This combination of unappealing food caused the chain to lose popularity and eventually disappear. With Chicken Unlimited's failure to satisfy customers, what challenges did another chain, Carroll's, face in the competitive fast food market? Let's explore. Carroll's was a burger chain that struggled to attract customers during its time.
Where the service is the fastest and the price is right.
The chain needed help with food quality as customers complained about dry burgers and bland flavors. Despite a menu that included items like the club burger and sea fillet fish sandwich, Carroll's could not compete with larger fast food chains like McDonald's and Burger King. Some days, customers received a decent meal, while the food was not good on other days. This inconsistency hurt Carroll's reputation. The sides and other items on the menu were also disappointing, lacking creativity and taste. By the mid-1970s, many Carroll's locations changed into Burger King restaurants, and the remaining ones eventually closed. Taco Tico was a fast food chain known for its cheap and low-quality tacos.
Why does everybody love the taste of Taco Tico? The everybody's right taste of Taco Tico.
The tacos were filled with overly processed ingredients and lacked real Mexican flavor. Many customers complained that the meat was greasy and the seasoning was bland, making the tacos taste fake and unappealing. The menu featured items like tacos, burritos, and enchiladas, but none impressed picky eaters. The fillings were often mushy and needed more texture, which made the eating experience worse. Despite the low prices, Taco Tico struggled to keep customers because of its poor food quality. By the late 70s, the chain started to decline, with many locations closing as the remaining ones struggled to compete with better Mexican fast food options. Sandy's was a fast food chain that tried to compete with McDonald's, but didn't succeed.
Sandy's isn't just a drive-in anymore.
The restaurant was known for its dry burgers and lukewarm fries, which made it hard to build a loyal customer base. Many people found the burgers lacked the juicy taste they expected, making them less appealing than other popular options. The fries were frequently served cold, disappointing customers looking for a satisfying meal. Despite its Scottish-themed branding, Sandy's could not match the quality and consistency of its competitors. The chain also struggled financially, limiting its ability to advertise widely. By the early 70s, Sandy's began losing market presence, and many locations eventually became Hardee's restaurants, ending Sandy's brand. Could Sandy's struggles in the fast food industry foreshadow the challenges other chains like Kelly's would face? Let's explore this next. Kelly's Hamburgers was a fast food chain that quickly gained a bad reputation. It was known for its tough and rubbery burgers that lacked the juicy flavor customers wanted. The burgers were frequently overcooked, making them hard to chew and far from enjoyable. The poor quality of the food was a major disappointment for people looking for a satisfying meal. The stale buns that came with these burgers added to the letdown. Customers received dry and hard ones instead of fresh and soft buns, making the overall experience worse. Despite trying to compete in the crowded fast food market, Kelly's could not shake its bad reputation and eventually lost many customers, fading into obscurity. Hot 'n Now was a fast food chain that aimed to serve quick meals at low prices.
They sold everything, hamburgers, fries, drinks, for 39 cents each plus tax.
It started in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and became famous for its cheap menu items. Despite being popular at first, the chain quickly earned a bad reputation. Customers complained about the poor food quality. Burgers were served cold and lacked flavor, making them unappealing. The fries were described as soggy and tasteless. The chain prioritized speed and low prices, which hurt the food quality. This decline in customer satisfaction led to a damaged reputation. By the late 90s, Hot N Now had closed most of its locations and could not compete with other fast food chains. Today, only one location remains. Noggles was a Mexican fast food chain that began in Riverside, California in 1970.
Your Noggles cooked in my legendary fajita platter.
It grew quickly, but the poor quality of its food became a major issue. Customers complained about dishes needing to be greasy and soggy, which did not meet their expectations. The menu featured burritos and tacos, but many found them oily and needing more flavor. Despite initial popularity, Noggles needed help keeping loyal customers. The chain's focus on speed and low prices led to lower food quality, damaging its reputation. By the late 1980s, Noggles merged with Del Taco, leading to most locations being closed or changed. The brand made a short comeback in 2015, but has yet to return to its former success. Delight's was a fast food chain that started in Norcross, Georgia, focusing on healthy eating. The menu featured lower-calorie meals, including burgers with lean beef, high-fiber buns, and low-calorie cheese. Despite its good intentions, Delight's quickly became known for its bland food. Many customers said the low-calorie burgers tasted like cardboard, which caused a decline in business. The chain's focus on nutrition instead of flavor led to its downfall. While other fast food chains began to offer healthier choices like salads and baked potatoes, Delight struggled to keep up. By 1987, the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and most locations were turned into Hardee's. The attempt to combine health and taste ultimately did not meet customer cravings. While Delight struggled to balance health and flavor, could another chain have faced similar challenges with their unique menu? Let's explore Red Barn next. Red Barn was a fast food chain that began in Springfield, Ohio in 1961.
We have fresh ideas at Red Barn.
I'm having a fish fillet just for the hell of it.
The restaurants were shaped like barns, offering unusual menu items, including fried veal and liver sandwiches. These options were quite strange for a fast food place and only appealed to a few customers, leading to negative feedback. While the chain had popular items like the Big Barney and Barn Buster burgers, the unusual menu overshadowed these offerings. At its peak, Red Barn expanded to around 400 locations, but struggled to compete with larger fast food chains like McDonald's and Burger King. By the late 80s, most Red Barn restaurants had closed or changed into other types of restaurants. Zippy's Drive-In was a fast food chain that began in the 1950s and grew during the 70s.
Strawberry waffles.
They're a favorite at Zippy's. Like some?
Uh-huh.
Feel better?
At first it was popular, but it quickly became known for poor food quality. Customers complained about burnt fries and undercooked burgers, which ruined their dining experiences. The chain prioritized speed over quality, causing many people to stop eating there. The menu featured standard fast food items like burgers, fries, and shakes, but the food was not made well. The fries were too cooked, and the burgers were not cooked enough, raising health concerns. Because of these problems with food quality and safety, Zippy's could not keep customers and began closing locations as they struggled to compete with other chains. Scramblers was a fast food chain focused on breakfast, aiming to provide quick and convenient meals in the morning. Despite its good intentions, the chain quickly gained a bad reputation due to its low food quality. Customers complained about the microwaved eggs, which were rubbery and tasteless. The pancakes were also disappointing, being described as bland and unappetizing. The chain's emphasis on speed and low cost contributed to these quality issues, driving many customers away. Although Scramblers tried to compete with larger breakfast chains by offering a variety of items, the lack of flavor and freshness made it hard to keep loyal customers. By the late 70s, most Scramblers locations had closed, unable to compete with rivals offering better meals. VIP's Big Boy was a fast food chain in the Pacific Northwest during the 1970s. Despite being part of the popular Big Boy franchise, it faced significant food quality problems that hurt its reputation. Customers frequently complained about the watery milkshakes, which needed the creamy texture expected from a good milkshake. The burgers were also disappointing, often described as soggy and lacking flavor. While the chain's connection to the Big Boy brand initially attracted customers, the poor food quality quickly pushed them away. VIP's Big Boy attempted to offer a variety of menu items, but the inconsistency in preparation and taste made it hard to keep loyal customers. By the late 70s, many locations had closed or become other restaurants. Winkies was a fast food chain based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania that began in 1972. It became well known for its slogan, "Winkies makes you happy to be hungry." And it grew quickly, reaching over 40 locations at its best in the 1970s. Despite its initial success, Winkies gained a bad reputation for its inconsistent food quality. Many customers complained about getting cold burgers and fries, disappointing their dining experiences. The chain focused on rapid growth and lowering food quality and service. Because of the unpredictable preparation, customers never knew what to expect, hurting the chain's reputation. The economic decline in the late 70s and early 80s also added more problems, leading Winkies to file for bankruptcy and close most locations by 1982. Winkies' decline reflects a troubling trend in fast food. Could Golden Point struggle with quality? Be a similar story. Let's explore. Golden Point was a drive-in fast food chain known for its low food quality. Customers complained about the tough and bland burgers, which were hard to chew and lacked flavor. The fries were another major letdown, frequently served limp and soggy, leaving many diners unhappy. Despite offering convenient drive-in service, Golden Point needed help keeping customers because of these ongoing quality problems. The chain prioritized speed and low prices, but this approach sacrificed taste and texture, leading to its decline. Many chose to eat at other fast food restaurants that provided better quality meals at similar prices. By the end of the 70s, Golden Point had closed most of its locations due to competition in the fast food industry. W.T. Grant's Griddle was a fast food restaurant in W.T. Grant's department stores. It aimed to give shoppers an easy dining option, but quickly became known for its unappetizing food. The menu mainly featured pre-cooked items that were reheated before being served, resulting in bland and not fresh meals. Customers complained about the lack of flavor and the overall poor quality of the food. The Griddle offered common fast food choices like hamburgers, fries, and sandwiches, but they didn't stand out in a crowded market. The reheated food often arrived at tables lukewarm and soggy, disappointing diners. This disregard for quality and taste led to a negative reputation for the restaurant. Bishop's Buffet was a well-known restaurant chain that offered buffet-style dining similar to fast food places.
Generations have dug into Bishop's wide selection of entrees, topped off by famous cooked-from-scratch pies.
While it provided convenience, the quality of the food was disappointing. Many customers found the dishes overcooked and unappetizing, damaging its reputation quickly. The buffet included various items, but the lack of freshness and poor cooking resulted in bland and unappealing meals. The idea was to create a quick dining experience, but food often sat out too long, becoming dry and flavorless. Customers complained about the overcooked vegetables, rubbery meats, and soggy desserts. Due to these ongoing quality problems, Bishop's Buffet struggled to keep customers and eventually disappeared, remembered more for its culinary failures than enjoyable meals. Chuck Wagon was a burger chain in Texas known for its unique buildings inspired by chuck wagons. Despite the interesting design, the food could have been better. Many people said the burgers were hard and rubbery, which made them unpalatable. Customers were attracted to the Conestoga wagon-themed stands, but the low quality of the food drove them away quickly. The menu featured a few main items, like the Wheel Burger, which had a large beef patty on an oversized bun, and the Hub Burger, a smaller version of the Wheel Burger. Unfortunately, the taste and texture of these burgers did not meet expectations. Customers had to eat in their cars or at picnic tables without indoor seating, which added to the inconvenience. Chuck Wagon could not overcome its bad reputation for food. Despite Chuck Wagon's unique charm, its disappointing food led to its downfall. What lessons did Wagon Ho learn from this experience? Let's explore. Wagon Ho was a fast food restaurant that tried to attract customers with its Western-themed design, featuring a huge Conestoga wagon roof and a 15-foot tall statue of a pioneer man. Despite its unique look, the food disappointed many. The low-quality hot dogs were described as bland and rubbery, while the fries were served cold and soggy. The restaurant aimed to offer a quick and easy dining experience with its drive-thru service and covered picnic tables. Unfortunately, the poor food quality overshadowed these conveniences. The theme initially drew in customers, but the bad meals turned them away. The chain struggled to grow beyond a few locations and eventually closed in the early 70s. Biff Burger was a regional fast food chain that began in Clearwater, Florida, and was known for its low prices. Even with these affordable meals, many customers complained about the quality of food. The burgers were described as bland and chewy, disappointing many who expected better. The chain cooked its burgers using a special Roto-Red broiler meant to give them a unique flame-broiled flavor, but this did not improve the taste or texture. The chain grew quickly, opening many locations across the southeastern U.S. Its buildings had high-arched roofs and large signs that were easy to spot. Financial problems in the 70s caused the chain to decline, and the parent company's shift to casinos hurt its business even further. Taco Grande was an early Mexican fast food chain that needed help attracting customers. Despite the rising interest in Mexican food, Taco Grande's menu didn't meet expectations. The tacos were seen as bland and watery, missing the strong flavors people wanted from Mexican dishes. The burritos were similarly disappointing, being dry and unappetizing. The chain tried to draw in customers with bright festive decorations and good locations, but the low quality of the food overshadowed these attempts. People who were eager to try something new quickly became disheartened by the disappointing meals. The unexciting tacos and dry burritos meant Taco Grande never became popular. Nickerson Farms was a chain of roadside restaurants that started in the mid-1960s. It was created by I.J. Nickerson, who had previously worked with Stuckey's. These restaurants were located along highways, targeting travelers looking for a quick meal and a break from driving. Despite being in good locations, Nickerson Farms quickly became known for its unappealing food. Customers complained about the bland and rubbery texture of the meals, which were not enjoyable. The chain included a restaurant, a gas station, and a gift shop where travelers could buy honey from beehives on site. Unfortunately, the novelty of the bees could not make up for the poor dining experience. By the early 80s, all 60 locations had closed due to bad food quality and better fast food options. Despite its unique offerings, Nickerson Farms strove to keep customers happy. What happened to another chain known for disappointing chicken? Let's explore Hublein's Chicken Delight. Hublein's Chicken Delight was a fast food chain with difficulty attracting chicken lovers.
For over a quarter of a century, Chicken Delight has meant the finest in chicken.
Despite its catchy jingle, "Don't cook tonight, call Chicken Delight," the chain became known for its low-quality food. Customers complained that the chicken had a rubbery texture and was not crispy or tasty like what KFC served. The side dishes were described as soggy and unappetizing, harming its reputation even more. The chain grew quickly, reaching over 1,000 locations at its peak. The inconsistent quality at different restaurants led to many unhappy customers. Unlike other fast food brands with strict quality standards, a bad meal at one Chicken Delight could ruin a customer's opinion of the entire chain. White Tower was a fast food chain that aimed to mimic the success of White Castle, but fell short in many ways. Established in 1926, White Tower grew quickly and peaked in the 1950s with about 230 locations. Unfortunately, the chain's reputation declined significantly by the 70s. Unlike White Castle, which kept strict quality control, White Tower struggled with consistency. Customers frequently complained about receiving cold and tasteless burgers that lacked freshness and flavor. The chain's unique white buildings and staff dressed in white uniforms aimed to suggest cleanliness and quality, but these efforts did little to improve the food. By the early 80s, White Tower had mostly vanished from the fast food scene, leaving behind disappointed customers and unmet expectations. Eppie's Drive-In was a fast food chain that quickly lost popularity because of poor food quality. Customers complained about greasy, undercooked fries and burgers that did not meet their expectations. The fries were too oily, making them soggy and unappetizing. Similarly, the burgers were frequently served raw, leading to a bad dining experience. Despite its early success, Eppie's Drive-In struggled to keep customers loyal. The lack of quality control at its locations meant diners never knew what to expect, causing them to leave. The rise of better-managed fast food chains with higher food quality and service standards further hurt Eppie's reputation. By the late 70s, the chain had mostly vanished, remembered more for its failures than successes. Tasty Freeze, a fast food chain famous for its soft-serve ice cream, faced much criticism during the 70s.
Look what we got cooking for you.
While people enjoyed the frozen treats, many complained about a strange chemical aftertaste in the ice cream, which spoiled their experience. Customers also disliked the chain's burgers for being dry and tasteless, making it hard for Tasty Freeze to compete with other fast food restaurants. The chain started in 1950 and initially did well by offering various fast food items alongside its ice cream. As the fast food industry became more competitive, keeping up the quality became difficult. The chain's rapid growth led to quality control problems, causing customer satisfaction to decline. By the late 70s, many locations began to close.